Hey guys, Romie here. Please like, comment, subscribe. Of course, as you know, this is Love and Hip Hop creeping back. Now, this is season 7, episode 11 of Love and Hip Hop New York. It starts off with Yandy. She's having the whole squabble with Samantha because remember, Yandy was trying to not necessarily chin check Samantha, but kind of like, I'm not all the way gonna mush you, but it's just like a warning. Samantha, even though she backed up, I honestly feel like she was ready. She was ready. Now, all the ladies just like, see, this is what we're talking about. Samantha said, my issue with you, Yandy, is that you're not real. Because she asked her, so are you married? Yandy said yes. I'm thinking, oh God, man, Yandy. I get it. You don't have anything to prove to them, so that's not the issue here. The issue here is you legally, as far as paperwork, are is not married. So that's why we're all looking at you like, come on now. Mendices claims you have his children. You also take care of the other ones from time to time. So no one's looking at you sideways. It's like, does it really matter? No. And we respect why you didn't do it anyway. So it's just, anyway. But you don't have anything to prove. You don't have anything to prove. Erica's still looking at this like, See, I knew, and this is why I didn't like you, because you go and you say this and you do that and you just fake and you just phony. But I'm looking at Erica like, but aren't you the one that wanted to go and get all those recordings together so that you could go and try and flip the script? I mean, you're the one from Mendices. Mendices even told Yandy she created a page. I don't know if it was on Facebook or on Twitter. I just know it was on some page. Maybe it was like a blog-ish type of page dedicated to going after him and after her. And I can believe it. I can believe that level of petty. Long story short, Samantha says, you know what, this is supposed to be for the kids, right? Well, Lil Mendices, yeah, he does have a birthday party coming up. I'm like, what type of segue is this? Because I think it was Yandy who was trying to segue it. And she said, yeah, and so Mendices said that he wanted me to go and throw a party. I was like, wait a minute, what? Can you re-say that again? Samantha says, see, this is the problem right here. I just told you that I'm throwing the party. And then you go, it's like, okay, hold on. Let me start that over. Mendices actually said both of us to go and plan the party together, and that he would pay for all of it. Samantha's tune changed just like that. I was like, oh, see, that's how you're supposed to phrase stuff in the first. See, girl, we okay. I'm like, what? That's all it took? I guess. Erica has to look up. I'm over this BS. Julie's letting them be known. This is childish. You're supposed to be adults. What are you doing? What's going on? Anyway, Peter's back in LA. He's back in LA with Amina because Amina gave birth to Bronx, which is his final child. I don't remember. I feel like he was on the Breakfast Club and he said that he got a vasectomy. I hope that he got something done because 10 kids, like, that's great if you're balling, but if you're not, if you're balling on a budget and it's a serious budget, then that's more than enough. And it's like, oh, the baby's so cute. That's so great. Him and Amina, I'm looking at this like, okay, this is nice, this is, oh yeah, please like, comment, subscribe if you didn't already do so. This is nice, this is cool, but this is not what I'm here for. Amina can go and have birth and show off her baby, that's perfectly fine, but that's it. That's as far as this needs to go. Remy Ma, she goes and she gives Papoose a gift. I'm thinking, oh, this is baby related. This has to be baby related because remember, he was trying to give her a pregnancy test. He was like, I think we hit a home run. She goes and let me know, yeah, you're right. She is pregnant. She's officially pregnant. Papoose went and he jumped up. I mean, he jumped up, busted that table. I said, dang, what was that table made of? Tinfoil? He went and I know I'm going to pay the people off because the girl's like, oh, this wasn't in the script. This wasn't in the script. Goes and charges for Remy Ma to go and hug up and kiss up on it. And you know, this is all that he wanted. He just wanted his wife to go and be pregnant and to have a baby. That is all this man wanted. And that's really nice to see that for a change, we're getting this type of setup, this type of relationship. You know, they go and they say the real love and hip hop. Yeah, this is really the real love and hip hop when you compare it to some of the foolishness that you kind of become accustomed to. Now, Yandy is going, she's talking with Kimbella, and Kimbella's irritated. She's saying how, you know, Yandy, we're supposed to be cool, we're supposed to be compadres, we're supposed to be friends, amigos. And yet, when I want to call you to talk to you about real serious situations, you're not there for me. Not only you're not there for me, you're not there, period. But I see, oh, you can contact my husband and all that. I'm thinking, and she's not saying it in like a shady way regarding her husband. It's more so like, this is what broke us up in the first place. You know, the business and the personal. And that's what Yandy's trying to tell her. The business and the personal. Kimbella isn't wrong for saying, you know, you're my girl on the side. You can go and, you know, let me know some things so that we're cool. But on the other hand, Kimbella shouldn't have to. The whole point is, Kimbella shouldn't have to go through Yandy to get information. This actually reminds me of the original Love and Hip Hop when Chrissy and Jim Jones was on there. How, remember, Jim Jones was being managed by Yandy as well, and Chrissy was irritated because she was trying to go through Yandy to get information on her husband. And again, that's not how it's supposed to be. So this conversation didn't go very far because Yandy just let me know, you need to talk to your dude. We're supposed to be friends. I don't want what happened to us before to happen again. So I'm going to tell you this right now. Go and talk to your husband. Let me handle the business side. Let us continue to be cool. And I'm thinking, yeah, this isn't going to fly. This isn't going to fly. Yandy, you are slowly making enemies of all of your so-called friends, and I can see it. I see the plot line of unfolding right in front of me. So Lil Durk and Noriega's in the studio with DJ Self. And DJ Self's talked about how he created Cardi B. It's funny because Noriega said, oh, dude, so you created Cardi B? You taking credit for creating Cardi B? Okay. Okay. Anyway, DJ Self goes outside because the Creep Squad's outside. Well, part of the Creep Squad, as in Rich and also Peter. And Peter lets it be known that, yay, his baby is born, Bronx. And he's like, that's the last one. We're over, we're done for. Amina's staying in LA, and, you know, she wants to start over, have a new life, wants a fresh start. And they're thinking, oh, well, your newborn's across the, and you're here. How is that? It's like, I don't know. So what are you going to do with Amina? I don't know. So what are you going to do, period? It doesn't matter because I want to pursue a relationship with Tara. You want to do what? Yeah, pursue a relationship with Tara. You want to do what? Pursue a relationship with Tara. After I... Okay. So, we get past that, but the narrative switches over. Now, mind you, I'm looking at this like, whose car is it that they were laying on? Was it really Rich's? It doesn't really matter because the car behind it, that Rogue, I'm like, why does that Rogue's white look just as good as on that sports car? Like, what's going on? That's how you know New York. People go and they have their cars detailed to the nine regardless of how old the car is. And then as soon as they drive it, they get a pothole and they bust the axle. Because the roads are trash here. Anyway, you know, a little joke happened because Peter talked about how, you know, I'm not going to go and ask dude for any money. And Rich said, wait a minute. So the $10,000, he's not going to give it to you? Well, you know, I didn't think he had it. I'm sure if he had it, he would give it to me. So Rich said, oh, so you said if you thought he had it, he would give it to you, which means that he doesn't have it. I'm like, how old are we again? Anyway, Cardi B is over it because Tommy broke up with her. I'm looking at this like, wait a minute now, Mona. You're trying to stretch a scene out. You know, she's working hard, and Tommy, he's still in jail, so his mindset's different, and he clearly wants someone that's just, wants someone to fully be there for him, and Cardi B can't be there for him the way that she used to be there for him, so that's probably why he broke up with her. And yes, guys, this is real. Regardless of how that was set up, because it was set up with her in her apartment, and her making these faces, and her turning her head sideways, and this way, and that way, and then Henny C coming over and bringing a picture of her and Tommy, and, you know, giving her a hug and embracing her, and like, you can do better, type of thing. But they did break up, for real, and I guess this was Love and Hip Hop's way of cashing in on the Cardi B scene. I'm thinking, oh, okay. So Peter, you know, Tara is putting out another self-help book, or her first one. Either way, I'm thinking, Shout out to that book for being small. I can actually read something that short. That was a smart move, Tara. But we still have to go and figure out this whole on-screen relationship situation, because that's not helping your self-help book brand. For some people, it's like, oh yeah, she definitely knows how to fix some stuff because she's been through a lot. And then there's other people like, I don't want to hear someone's advice that's constantly going through certain situations and not really learning from them. Speaking of that, of course, their son is there, their newest son, and Peter, he's playing with the kid. They have the nanny or whoever go and take the kid away because now the adults have to talk. And Tara just goes and does her usual Tara thing of Peter says how he wants to make it work and he's going to apologize and he loves her and he's done with Amina. He's done with all the foolishness. He just wants her and only her. And I'm thinking, we've heard this before. We've heard this before, so she better not go back because we've heard this before. We've already seen this play out. And regardless if Peter has really changed, Tara, we're looking at you sideways. You can't come on camera and accept Peter back. You can go off camera and do whatever you want with him. Whatever. We don't really care. But at least while we're watching this every single week, we expect to see certain things. And we expect you not to go back with him on camera. If you get exactly what I'm saying. Do whatever you want is what I'm saying because you're a grown adult and so you're going to do it anyway. But you have to make sure you continue to come off a certain way on camera. And that's what she did. She was like, how can I? No, I can't. I'm looking at her like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I believe that you want to not, but I believe that you will continue because you really do love this man. And he does love you. It's just that it's a messy way of showing it. Cardi B has a meeting with her staff and crew. And of course, Swift comes along and she has a conversation with Swift and she starts crying because she talks about how she's broken up with Tommy and things are really hard for her because she's just touring and she's making money and she's doing all this for her family and it's getting to her because she feels alone. She's on tour and she feels like she has no one to talk to. Her and Swift were actually friends originally, so the fact that she doesn't even have that friendship, and I'm thinking, you know what, Swift acknowledge the fact that he's not with his girlfriend anymore. It's his ex. So Cardi is not with Tommy because he broke up with her. This is perfect. Now they can legitimately get into a relationship if they want to. And I'm perfectly cool. This is all we wanted. We didn't say that, oh, they didn't look good together. We didn't say that, oh, the chemistry wasn't there. We were just saying both of y'all are in a relationship. That's all it was. Now that's not the case. Swift, stop playing around. Hug up on her. Forgive her because he was like, you know what? Originally I just had to get out of my feelings. And once that was done, I'm cool with you. And I love you. And I have love for you. So it looks like he's going to join her team again. Also go back out on tour with her. Which is good because Cardi is doing the dang thing. And yeah, and make sure you download her new mixtape. It actually just came out, what was it, this past Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So Yandy goes and she has a conversation with Juju. And Juju is there, of course, to be a good friend. They were in the gym. Juju was originally working out. But Yandy was like, no, I'm not here playing those type of games. We can work out, afterwards. So that when I actually sweat and the makeup comes off, I don't care. Anyway. Yandy talks about how she had the altercation with Erica and Samantha, and her version of it is very different from what we actually saw, which is usually the case. She's talking about how, well, I almost had to pop the girl because she called me a B. I'm thinking, yeah, she's called you much worse, so you were going to pop her, or at least attempt to pop her, and she's like, oh, she ran back, she hit me, she tried to hit me. Of course she's going to do that because, Yandy, you seem like the type to sue. So, I don't see any of them really trying to fight you. And again, there's nothing wrong with that if that's the type of way you handle things. But anyway, aside from that, they also talk about how she's having issues with Kimbella. And Juju says, no, you need to stop it right there because, yeah, leave the personal with the personal, the business with the business. The managers can't be intermingling with the significant others because when that happens and they tell the business, it complicates things. Because it's like, okay, I'm here and I'm doing this, doing that. Even if I'm not doing anything bad, it's just that I can't have her popping up on me everywhere I go. I can't have her going and interjecting in every single thing that I do to help further my career. Because the thing with Yandy's what do they call her? Pug? They call each other Pug. With Kimbella is over the fact that Yandy was trying to let her know, this man gave you 7 years, and yeah, but well, supposed to be forever. He's gonna be a father forever. Exactly. So why can't you give him this time to go and be an artist and make some money? Not just, rely on the residuals. Make some damn money. Make some money so that he can continue to be good, because where you're living is not cheap. You have to continue to work to make sure that you can live a certain lifestyle. And I feel like that's the one thing that's not just being put out there. But Juju's saying, let's take a girls' trip to Mexico. And I'm thinking, Lord, somehow all the ladies are going to be on there. And I was right. With the exception of maybe Romie Ma, almost all the other women on this cast find their way onto that girls' trip. They're going to Mexico, and they're going to have a good time. Yandy's like, good, thank God. I'm thinking, it was cold in New York at that time, so definitely a good time to go anyway. Was it cold or was it getting cold? I think it might have been getting cold at that point. Guess what? Peter did good. Peter threw a surprise birthday party for Tara, and she was shocked. She said, while we were in a relationship, he never did anything like this. And he had all of his friends, including actually, I think almost all the Creep squad, if I'm not mistaken. Unless DJ Self wasn't there, which he may not have been. Or he could have been. Like in another area. No, I don't think Self was necessarily there. Either way, he goes and he acknowledges that he did her wrong, and that he's doing an apology in front of her family, because he knows that they must feel a certain way towards him. So he apologizes, and of course he'll apologize in public. Her brother was there, so Peter flew him out, and they said, alright, here's how this goes. The brother said, I'm going to support you because of the kids, but at the end of the day, you two are like a yo-yo when it comes to that relationship. On again, off again, on again, off again, up, down, up, down, up, down. And the thing is, you've done some stuff that's hurt my sister, which means that it hurt me, and I didn't expect that from you, and so now I'm going to be skeptical. I'm not going to stand in the way, but I'm absolutely going to critique it from afar, like, not too trifling, but okay. Oh, they arguing again? Oh, no, surprise. All right. Oh, you want me to babysit because you have to go and argue and go see who he's with? Oh, okay. Oh, she left that. Oh, anyway. Yeah. What do you guys feel about that? Do you feel that Peter, really is completely reformed, or are you not buying it? What do you think? Yandy and Joel's have a conversation, and they're clearly not on the same page. Joel's is irritated with Yandy. He's saying, why isn't the business being conducted? She's saying, why do I have to deal with with Kimbella? Because Kimbella's coming at me and saying she wants certain information. Of course, I'm telling her no, but it's supposed to be your job to go and fill in your wife. And the thing is, you're in the basement downstairs recording music, and you've been doing this for years, and yet you're not giving me anything. He said, where are the gigs? Because I'm not going to give you any product until you show me some results, until you show me some bookings, until you show me some general interest. I'm thinking, but this is a different day and time. If you're putting out new stuff, don't you have to go and see the market with your content, and then slowly watch the residuals come in, and then once you acquire some heat, then you have this master plan in place so that you can go one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be done, unless I'm missing something. I understand that he's essentially telling Yandy to do better, and let's be real, I'm sure in certain fashion she can do better, but if she doesn't have anything new to give to the public, and if that's what the public wants, kind of stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Now, Cardi B, of course, invites Swift over to her family dinner, and her family loves Swift. And Swift is like, oh, okay, a bunch of Dominican people cooking. Why would I go? Why would I not be there? And it's funny because the family is essentially grilling Swift on, so when are you two getting together? What When is the wedding date? Are you two going to make it official? Why are you two playing around? She's single. Oh, and now you're single? Oh, okay, so what are you doing? What are you doing? Cardi said, I actually want someone who's there to support me. And they said, look, Swift is a good man. He actually supports you. He supports your job and your endeavors. He supports you in general. He doesn't act crazy. What's the problem? What's the problem? And you're done with Tom? So what's the problem? What is really the problem? Because this isn't making any sense to me right now. This isn't making any sense to me right now. And, you know, like I said, at this point, Cardi and Swift, they can't be together because neither of them are in relationships right now. So this is all we wanted. All we wanted was for them to be single and be able to mingle. Oh, and the episode ends with negativity. And I knew that this was going to happen, and it hurt me. Oh yeah, shout out to Tidal for Sprint buying that stake in it for $200 million. Only 33%. That's amazing. Anyway, Romie Ma went, and she was in the hospital at the time, because I'm thinking she's doing all this weight loss stuff right now, so why is she doing it? She couldn't have been pregnant and had the baby already. And the thing is, she lost the baby. The baby, of course, the embryo, the egg was fertilized, but it was stuck, I believe, in her fallopian tube, and so attached to the uterine wall, which all of that just means that the baby wouldn't have been able to be born, and so no more baby. But also she had complications, so they had to go in there. She still has her uterus, so she can hold a baby, but she can't have a baby the traditional, regular, old-fashioned way. So she was over it. She was just like, how are all these people having babies that don't even necessarily want to be having babies, and yet I'm having an issue having a baby for her husband? And I felt bad. He was just like, I love you regardless. If we never have a baby together, that doesn't matter. All that matters is I love you, you love me. We are really one big happy family. So that just hurt, because you could tell she was over it. She was over it. She was like, I finally was able to do something for him, and it blew up in my face in the worst way. So please like, comment, subscribe. Oh, it was so bad to see her in that hospital bed, and he's just like, no, I gotta be strong, gotta be strong, gotta be strong, gotta be strong for her. Next week's gonna be some foolery, so